people are like, oh, are you making a dress or something? And you're like, no, actually, I'm making period bags. Hey guys, so today is going to be all about kind of answering a question I got about one of my videos and about something that I do. So Alexis West asked, could you maybe make an instructional video? Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Could you maybe make an instructional video on creating and donating the bags? Like how your experience was contacting the shelter and letting them know about your project. Okay, I went and collected my things, so I had examples. I will link my original period bag project video down below, as well as I did a vlog for my first party, just to kind of show you how things happen, more information, yada yada yada. So anyways, the first thing you need to do is decide what you want to put in your kit. And so kind of think of, I like to make it more personal. What would be something that if I were in need of a period kit, what are things that I would want? And so obviously, the number one thing is pads or tampons. So I get people donate pads and tampons to me, and I collect them. And then recently, sorry, this is gonna crunch. I had a friend she had a whole bunch of socks because she puts on events, and so she gave me a bunch of socks. So I think I'll put some socks into some kits, especially now that it's winter. I make each month I come up with a new info card about something period related. I've decided just to like spread little bits of knowledge, because I think knowledge and education are so empowering, and girls may not have the wherewithal or the means to get educated about their body. And so just to put it out there, and you know, they may not look at it or they may glance over it, but just putting it there is a nice little touch. And the other sort of thing I do is I made almost like a postcard or whatever. It said something like, hey girl, you're awesome on the front, and on the back was just a blank space. And so I had a little party, as you can see in the other video, and I just had the girls write little notes. And I think there's something just so powerful to me in handwritten notes, and I don't know if everyone thinks that, but I really do, and I hope it just made them smile to know that someone's thinking about them. But the last little touch was a couple pieces of candy, and this could seem silly or not really, I mean, it's not a necessity, but there's just like, it's all in the little touches. It's in the handwritten note. It's in the like couple pieces of candy that just like make that girl feel special, and to know that someone's out there thinking about you, and not just thinking about you, but like, yeah, she deserves a couple pieces of candy. Enjoy your candy. Make just something to like make that time of the month that can be, I can't even imagine how awful it could potentially be, being without a restroom, without any sort of period products. So once I decided that, yeah, right, I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be great, I started telling everyone about it. And you know, I made a Facebook page group thing for my project. We don't have to, you can just do it through your Facebook page or whatever. So I made a Facebook page, I invited everyone I knew to like it. People I don't even know have liked it and commented on it. I told all my friends, my family, my coworkers, random people on the street, not really, but but I would do things that would like invite conversation. Like I would walk around with giant bags, like boxes of pads and tampons, and people would look at you and you'd be like, oh, actually no, these aren't all for me, like I'm doing this project. And so it invites them to ask questions. Oh, another thing I was asked for was like old fabric and clothing, just things you don't, maybe you can't necessarily donate because they're kind of ratty, or you'd rather just give it to me. And so I would take old clothing, I cleaned out my closet, and I donated a lot of stuff and gave away a lot of stuff, but a couple of things I was like, this is perfect to make bags out of, and I kept it. And I would have like random scraps of fabric from like other sewing projects, or whatever it may be. My mom gave me old fabric and clothes, and I made it on the bag. But anyways, I took all of everything I knew I wanted to put in one kit and kind of like bundled it up, I think in a bag, and then I kind of measured that, and I was like, right, okay, bags are gonna have to be around this size, and so that's kind of how big I made them. And so they've kind of all ended up around this size. This is the cutest fabric ever. This is my sister gave it to me for Christmas. It has peanut butter and jelly on it. It's so precious. So anyways, it's about this size. Let's see, let's measure real quick with my hand and down the ruler. It's about 10 by 12 and a half. the top part I have this fold over because that's where the drawstring goes in. And so what I do is when I have some downtime or when I need to take a break from other things I'm working on, I will go into my back room, put out my sewing machine, I will grab my computer, and I will queue up like a Netflix movie or some YouTube videos, and I'll sit there and just watch whatever, or maybe listen to a podcast, and I'll just sew away. One thing that can be very intimidating when doing all of this is like, okay, like I have this good idea, but I don't know who to give them to. So that was kind of the conundrum I was in. It wasn't really a bad conundrum to have. But so I just started in my apartment on my computer looking up different homes and shelters around here, and I found the Iowa Homeless Youth Shelter, and I think I just called them, and I was like, hi, I don't really know who I'm supposed to be talking to. Like, they're all gonna be so nice, and when you're offering to give them something, they're gonna be even more nice. And so I just call them and I say, I have this project I'm working on, and I don't know who I need to talk to, but anyways, I'm making period kits with pads and tampons and other things, and I wanted to know if you guys had any interest in it. Anyways, and then I asked her if I could come hand out the kits to the girls, and if I could just kind of sit and chat with them about periods when I handed them out. And she was so gung-ho about it. She's like, yes, this is awesome, let's do it. You're great, thanks for doing this. But at the end of it, like when I eventually did drop off the kits and stuff, she asked me like what school I went to. I was like, no, I'm not in school, like I'm graduated. I'm just living life right now, making period kits. Just email people, call around, like they were literally the first call I made, and they're like, yes, we will take them. Since then, I've talked to some other places, and everyone is super gung-ho, and they're willing to help you in whatever way they can. So just kind of let them know, like, this is what I want to do, this is how I'm going to do it, this is what's going to be in it. The questions you have, or if you need any help, I'm more than willing to help others that want to start this. And yes, period bag project. Thanks for watching, you guys. Until next time, I'll see ya. Bye.